Superior pond, superior care, your backyard retreat beyond compare. Minnesota's finest at your call. Your pond stays perfect all year long.
All right, so you know how sometimes you look out at your yard
Yeah.
and think it could really use something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a little more life, maybe a bit more tranquility,
Yeah.
water.
A water feature.
Right, exactly. A pond, maybe?
Ooh, that's a good one.
But then comes the doubt.
Oh, yeah.
All those questions about filters and pumps and...
Oh, and don't even get me started on water clarity.
Ooh, yeah. That murky green water is not exactly the peaceful vibe we're going for, is it?
Not quite the oasis we envisioned.
Definitely not.
But, DIY pond projects, those can be really rewarding
Oh, absolutely.
when they work.
Right. But it can feel like you're jumping into the deep end without knowing how to swim.
It's that fear of the unknown,
Exactly, and that's where today's deep dive comes in.
Ooh, this is where we throw you a lifeline.
Exactly. We're going to help you navigate those murky waters.
Love that.
So we've been looking into Superior Ponds, this company based in Minnesota.
Yeah, they're all about supporting DIY pond enthusiasts.
Yeah, they seem to get that folks want to get their hands dirty and create something beautiful.
Absolutely. And they've got this really cool approach. It's like having a pit crew for your pond.
Okay, I like that analogy. Explain that a little more.
Well, their website is like a well-stocked toolbox.
Okay.
You've got your practical guides, your helpful calculators,
Nice.
and even the option to call in the pros if things get too complicated.
So they're there for you every step of the way.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
It's all about giving you that confidence to tackle your pond project.
Right, and that's what this deep dive is all about too.
Unpacking all those great resources.
Yes, extracting those nuggets of wisdom so you can build a pond that's not just beautiful.
But also healthy and thriving.
Exactly, and hopefully avoid those moments where you just want to throw your hands up and say, forget it.
Yeah, no one wants a Pondzilla situation.
Pondzilla, that's a good one.
I had to throw that in there.
I love it. Okay, so first up, let's talk about this thing they call the Water Feature Health Report Card.
Okay, yeah, this is interesting.
What is that exactly?
So it's a free checklist that Superior Ponds offers as a downloadable PDF.
Okay.
Think of it like a regular checkup, but for your pond.
Oh, like an annual physical for your water feature.
Exactly. It helps you assess its condition, make sure everything's running smoothly.
Oh, so it's proactive.
Yes, especially during the active season when things are really hopping in your pond.
Yeah, makes sense. So you can catch those little issues before they turn into big headaches.
Exactly.
I'm all about preventing headaches.
Me too. All right, so what kinds of things does this report card actually look at?
What are the vital signs of a healthy pond?
Well, according to their materials, they focus on a few key areas.
Okay.
First up, water clarity.
Obviously, right, you want that sparkling, clear water.
Yeah, but if it's murky, that's often a sign that something's off balance in the ecosystem.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
They also want you to check your pump's performance.
The heart of the operation.
Exactly. A properly functioning pump is crucial for circulation.
Right, to keep the water moving.
But it's also essential for oxygenating the water.
Oh, right. Healthy for the fish and prevents those pesky algae blooms.
Exactly. So Superior Ponds really emphasizes that.
Smart. And then finally, they talk about observing your fish
Yeah.
for any signs of stress.
This is key because fish behavior can tell you a lot about water quality.
They're like the canaries in the coal mine.
Exactly. If they're stressed, it's an early warning system.
That's really helpful because you could be looking at your pond every day and miss those subtle cues.
Absolutely.
So say someone's listening and thinking, hey, I need this report card in my life.
Yeah.
How do they get it?
It's super easy. They just send an email to Superior Ponds with report card in the subject line.
Okay, so simple.
And they'll email you the PDF, no strings attached.
That's great. It's like having a mini pond expert guiding your observations.
And, it shows their commitment to empowering DIYers.
Right, give them the tools and the knowledge.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, so beyond the report card, Superior Ponds also has this extensive library of information.
Yeah, this is where the real deep dive begins.
Let's talk about these pond how-to guides and troubleshooting walkthroughs.
All right, so this is where they get into the nitty-gritty of pond care.
This is where you find the answers when things go wrong.
Exactly. They offer their expertise in different formats, too.
Oh, okay, so people can choose What works best for them?
You can read in-depth blog articles.
For those who like to really dig into the details?
Yeah, or you can listen to episodes of their podcast.
Ooh, a podcast called Ponderings. What a perfect name.
Right.
You can even listen while you're working on your pond.
Multitasking at its finest.
And if you're more of a visual learner,
They've got you covered with video content.
so many options. I love it. So give us some examples. What kind of real-world problems do these guides actually address?
Okay, so they've got a ton of practical advice for common issues.
Like what?
Well, for one, water evaporation.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially in the summer.
Right, it's almost inevitable.
Right.
But they also have a guide on how to tell if you've got an actual leak.
Because that's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah. A leak can be a major source of frustration.
And water loss.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
They also tackle common misconceptions with an article called 7 Biggest Pond Myths.
Ooh, busting myths. I like it.
Yeah, one myth they debunk is the idea that you need harsh chemicals to keep your pond clean.
Oh, really?
They emphasize natural balance and beneficial bacteria.
Oh, interesting.
So your pond can kind of clean itself.
Like a self-cleaning oven.
Kind of, but with less heat.
Less heat, but more bacteria.
Exactly. But way more eco-friendly.
Right. Okay, so what other topics really stood out to you?
They also get into practical tasks like starting a new pond
Okay.
and the always tricky process of finding leaks.
Oh, leaks are the worst?
Yeah, and they share the professional steps they take.
Oh, wow. So you get a glimpse into how the pros do it.
Exactly. And since we're in Minnesota, they have a guide on winter damage.
Oh, yeah. That's essential for us.
Right, because those freeze-thaw cycles can really do a number on your pond.
Absolutely. And they also talk about protecting your fish during the winter.
Yep, making sure those little guys stay safe and sound.
That's super important.
It's all about being prepared.
Right. So it's not all about fixing problems. They also have some fun stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They mention things like turning your water feature into a reading nook.
Yeah, imagine that, relaxing by your pond with a good book.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Right.
Like your own little sanctuary?
And they also talk about attracting birds.
Oh, yeah, that would be so cool.
Right, creating a little bird haven in your backyard.
It's not just about the water. It's about the whole ecosystem.
Exactly.
I love that. And it's great that they use clear, straightforward language.
Oh, yeah, that's one of their big things.
No technical jargon.
Nope. They say it's designed for real pond owners using real-world language.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Because who wants to wade through a bunch of technical terms when they're trying to fix a leaky pump?
Not me.
No one.
Okay, so we've got resources for checking our pond's health and a whole library of guides.
We are well equipped.
Next up, let's talk about their pricing calculators.
Okay, this is a good one.
Because, let's be real, pond projects can get expensive.
They can, and it's easy to underestimate the costs.
Right. So these calculators help you get a handle on the potential investment.
They offer ballpark estimates for all sorts of things.
Like what?
Well, if you're dreaming of building a new pond, they've got a calculator for that.
Okay.
And they also have one for ongoing maintenance.
Right, because that's an ongoing cost people sometimes forget about.
Exactly. And if you're thinking about renovations...
Like upgrading your filter system or something.
Yeah, they've got a calculator for that too.
So it helps you plan effectively and avoid those budget surprises.
That's the goal.
Now, what about folks who are considering professional help?
Oh, yeah. They've got resources for that too.
Because DIY isn't for everyone.
Right?
And sometimes it makes more sense to bring in the experts.
So they have this resource called Avoiding the 4 Hidden Mistakes When Hiring a Pond Contractor. Oh, that sounds valuable. It's all about helping you make informed decisions and avoiding those pitfalls.
Right, like hiring someone who doesn't actually know what they're doing.
Exactly. And they also mention financing options.
Oh, that's good to know because those larger projects can be a significant investment.
Absolutely.
So it's great that they address both paths.
Yeah.
The DIY and the professional route.
They meet you where you're at.
Right. But speaking of professional help, when is it actually time to call on the experts?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah. At what point do you say, okay, I need some help?
Well, Superior Ponds suggests that for more complex issues, like leaks that you just can't seem to find,
Those are the worst.
or major equipment replacements that require specialized knowledge.
Right. I'm not messing with electrical stuff,
And then, of course, for those thorough spring cleanouts.
especially after a harsh winter.
Yeah, those can be a lot of work,
And they definitely recommend professional help for building a new pond from scratch.
especially if you're a first-timer.
Yeah, that's a big undertaking.
So it's all about recognizing your limits
Right, knowing when it's time to tap out.
Exactly. And they make a good point that if you've already been using their DIY resources,
I'd already started a relationship with them.
you've got a trusted partner who understands your journey.
That's a good feeling.
And they have specific resources to guide that transition to professional help.
Like what?
They've got guides on how to get started with a professional cleaning
Okay.
and what you can expect from a water feature specialist.
So it helps demystify the process.
Exactly. And you know what you're paying for.
All right, so we've talked about the practical tools and resources.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture.
Ooh, the philosophical side of ponds.
Exactly. So Superior Ponds has this idea that pond projects are more than just landscaping.
They are. It's deeper than that.
What do they mean by that?
Well, they're basically saying that ponds are living ecosystems.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not just about digging a hole and filling it with water.
Right? It's about creating a whole world
You've got water chemistry to think about.
to keep everything in balance.
And often you'll have electrical equipment for pumps and filters.
Right. To keep the water moving and clean,
And you've got those biological processes with the beneficial bacteria.
breaking down waste and keeping things healthy
And of course you need sound construction.
so it doesn't leak.
Exactly. It's a lot more complex than people realize.
It's like a mini world.
Right. And because of that complexity, they caution against making mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Because those mistakes can have consequences.
It's not just about how it looks. Those missteps can lead to expensive repairs.
And problems with the ecosystem.
And even the loss of fish, which can be really heartbreaking for pond owners.
Absolutely. So it's not just about aesthetics. It's about the health and well-being of the whole pond.
Exactly.
So investing in knowledge up front is really important.
It can save you a lot of headaches down the road.
No pun intended.
Maybe a little intended.
Okay, maybe. So why do you think DIYers in Minnesota specifically trust Superior Ponds?
Well, for one, they've got a strong local presence.
Yeah, they're right here in our backyard.
They serve homeowners all over southern Minnesota, from the Twin Cities down to Rochester.
So they understand our unique climate and challenges.
Exactly. They get those harsh winters and those hot summers.
And they've got a lot of long-term customers who started as DIRs.
So they get that journey. They've been there.
That shared experience is valuable.
And they really emphasize clear, upfront pricing.
Oh, that's huge.
They even give examples of project costs on their service pages.
No hidden fees.
Transparency is key.
I like that a lot. And they also have these hands-off maintenance plans.
Yeah, for when you want to just relax and enjoy your pond.
Right, sometimes you just need a break from the DIY.
Absolutely. And they've got different tiers to fit different budgets.
So there's something for everyone.
Exactly. And they've got this really collaborative mindset.
Oh, tell me more about that.
They say they never make you feel bad for anything you tackle on your own.
I love that.
They're supportive, no matter your skill level.
They're not going to judge you for your DIY fails.
Nope. They're there to help you succeed.
Which is a really refreshing approach.
It is. It makes you feel like you're in good hands.
Okay, so say someone's listening and they're feeling inspired.
Or maybe a little overwhelmed.
Or both.
Yeah, that's common too.
What's the best way to take that next step with Superior Ponds?
They encourage listeners to schedule a call with one of their pond professionals.
Yeah.
It's a no-pressure conversation.
Even if you're just in the dreaming stage.
Yeah.
Even if you're just curious.
Getting expert insights early on can be so helpful.
It can save you from making costly mistakes down the line.
And where else can folks find more information?
Well, they've got a wealth of resources online.
Like where?
They have a dedicated pond blog.
Okay.
And their podcast, Ponderings.
Yeah, I love that name.
Right.
And they're also on social media.
Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, perfect for gathering inspiration.
Yeah. You can see all sorts of beautiful pond projects.
And for anyone in their service area, which we mentioned is southern Minnesota. Yep, they've provided their contact information.
Lay it on us.
All right, so they're located in New Prague, Minnesota. Their phone number is 95249100765.
And their email?
info@superiorponds.com.
Easy peasy.
And their website has quick links to all the important stuff.
Like what?
Well, their About page, their portfolio, so you can see examples of their work.
Okay.
A direct contact us page.
Nice.
Their pond care guide, their service areas.
So everything's easy to find.
Exactly. And they have detailed information about all their services.
Pond building, cleaning, maintenance.
Repairs, pondless waterfalls, fountain construction.
You do it all.
Pretty much. And they
Yeah.
have an FAQ section, customer reviews, a media gallery,
Wow.
even info on pond restoration.
So they really have created this whole ecosystem of support.
They have for DIYers and those who need a little extra help,
It's all about empowering pond owners.
giving them the tools and knowledge to succeed.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah, it's been a journey.
it's clear that Superior Ponds offer some truly valuable resources
They do.
for anyone in southern Minnesota.
Who's passionate about ponds.
Yes, whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out.
They meet you where you're at,
And they can help you create a pond that's not just beautiful,
but also healthy and thriving.
maybe even a little bit magical.
Ooh, I like that.
So our final thought for you, dear listener.
Yes, think about it.
What aspect of your current or future pond project
That's right.
feels the most uncertain?
What's keeping you up at night?
Is it the filtration system?
A winter prep.
Maybe you're not sure where to even begin.
That's okay.
Think about how the resources we've talked about
From Superior Ponds.
can help you gain clarity.
And feel more confident.
Maybe it's reading an article on their blog,
Downloading that health report card.
or even just browsing their service pages.
You've got options.
Take that next step
Embrace the journey.
and create your own backyard oasis.
You got this.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, happy ponding.
Superior care, your backyard retreat beyond compare. Minnesota's